In this short video, I will demonstrate how to download and install Calibration Control on a fresh Windows 11 computer. This will also work on a Windows 10 computer. Let's start by using the default Windows browser, which is Edge, and navigate to the Ape Software website. On any page of the website, hover over the Calibration Control menu item until it expands. Then select Free Download. This menu option is in red, so it should be easy to find. If you don't already have an account, select the Sign Up link at the bottom of the Login dialog to create a free account. On this Register page, enter your name, company, valid email address, and then click the Register button. After you see the Email Confirmation Required page, check your email to find a message with the subject of Ape Software Email Confirmation. If you don't see the email, select All Mail for Gmail accounts, or your Spam mail folder. Once you find the email, open the message and click the green Confirm Email button within the body. This will return you to a page on the Ape Software website with the title of Email Address Confirmed. You will also receive a second email with the subject of Your Ape Software account was successfully created. Within this second email, you'll find your password to log into the Ape website. Return to the login page by clicking Login and enter your email, password, and click the Login button. When you're ready to download, hover over the Calibration Control menu item until it expands, and then select the Free Download button. This will take you to the download page where you can click on the Download Calibration Control link at the top of the page. By default, Edge will start downloading the install file to Edge's default download location, and while downloading, will show a Downloads dialog at the top right of the browser. If this download dialog closes, you can find your downloads again by selecting the three menu dots at the top right of the browser and then selecting Downloads, or by clicking Ctrl and J buttons on your keyboard at the same time. If you're using the Chrome browser with default settings, it will also start downloading to its default download location. You'll also see a record of your download in the far left of the footer panel of the browser. Finally, if you're using the Firefox browser with its default settings, it will also download to its default location and show a download dialog at the top right of the browser. If this dialog closes, you can display it again by clicking the download icon at the top right of the browser. Most of the browser default download locations lead to your computer's download folder. You can find the main download folder by clicking on the yellow File Explorer icon, usually in your taskbar, and then selecting Downloads from the navigation pane. If it seems like your downloads are working, but you still can't find the install file that you're downloading, it's possible that your IT department may have security procedures implemented that automatically delete files downloaded from the internet. Therefore, if you can't find the downloaded file, check with your IT group for assistance and tell them what you're trying to do. For this video, I'll be using File Explorer to work with the install file. If you do not wish to use File Explorer, you can also click on the downloaded file from within your web browser. Now that you've downloaded Calibration Control, you can begin the install process by double-clicking on the MSI file from within the File Explorer. The name of the file starts with Ape Calibration and has an MSI extension. If you can't see your file extensions but would like to, select View at the top of your File Explorer window, select Show, and then select File Name Extensions. When you get to the Select Installation folder window of the install program, I recommend leaving the folder location as is and also leaving the Everyone button selected. Continue to click on the next button until the installation is complete, where you will select the Close button. After installation, you will find Calibration Control icons on your desktop and within your recently added programs. When starting Calibration Control for the first time, you'll see an option for MS Access or MS SQL Server asking you which database format you'd like to use. If you don't understand the difference between these two options, then you'll want to use the MS Access option since it's easier to start using and usually requires less assistance from IT. Choosing MS Access, you're given the options of creating a new blank database, a new sample database, or navigating to an existing Calibration Control database somewhere on your computer or your wider network. The only difference between a blank and sample database is that the sample database has sample records in it that help you better visualize how the program is used. For now, let's choose Sample Database and then select the Continue button. If you see a missing drivers message, click No and restart the program. In the case of this fresh Windows 11 virtual machine, restarting Calibration Control does not display the driver message. At this point, we have successfully downloaded, installed, and minimally configured Calibration Control to use MS Access and run on this computer. On the other hand, if drivers are required, you can download those drivers from links on the minimum requirements page of the Ape Software website. Go to this page by clicking the Yes on the missing drivers message, or by visiting the Ape Software website, hovering over the Calibration Control menu and selecting Minimum Requirements. Note that choosing SQL Server as your database format does not require the use of Access database drivers. Let's try another initial start of Calibration Control, but this time I'm going to choose SQL Server. If you want to start Calibration Control like it's the first time you're starting it, hold down the Control key while clicking on the program icon, and you'll be presented with the Choose Database Format dialog. In the Choose SQL Database dialog, you're presented with three options. The Sample DB in Cloud option is a database of the current version of Calibration Control hosted by Ape Software in the cloud. This is a good option to choose if you do not wish to set up your own SQL Server. This is also a good option to confirm that you are not blocked from connecting to a database in the cloud. Specifically, connecting to this database confirms that your database port 1433 is not blocked. If you can connect to this sample database, then Ape Software can host your custom database, allowing you to access your data from anywhere in the world you have a good internet connection. If you choose the second option, blank DB in Cloud, you'll receive an instructional message telling you what information we need to set up your blank DB in the cloud. Note that you can choose this option even if you are only using the software in trial mode. Before choosing this option, make sure you first connect to the Sample DB in Cloud, that's the above option, to ensure you can connect to a cloud database. Choose the last option of Custom DB if you already have a SQL Server DB set up and ready to go and you have the credentials to connect. You can find a backed up copy of a sample SQL Server database for 2016 or higher in the SQL Tools folder of the Program Files folder for Calibration Control. Here again is the default folder location. For now, we're going to choose the first option and connect to Sample DB in Cloud. At this point, we have successfully downloaded, installed, and minimally configured Calibration Control to use SQL Server in the cloud. If you have any questions or need additional help via screen share, please contact us at Ape Software.